Welcome to part 2 of the object references set of videos. So today we're going to talk about a different type of object reference, which is the soft reference. So the soft reference was introduced in Java 2, that's way back in 1998, and an object with a soft reference is freed by the garbage collector if memory is needed. So what does this mean exactly? So basically, even though the object is referenced, it is still freed if the garbage collector needs the memory. So while we discussed in the previous video, we said that the default reference for an object is always required before freeing, so to stop the GC, the garbage collector, to free the memory. And the memory is only freed when the default reference is removed for that object, is set to null, or the scope of the reference is over. So then that object is no longer referenced. Then only that is when the garbage collector removes that piece of memory. That was for the default referencing, which we covered in part 1. But here we see that with a soft reference, even if an object is referred by a soft reference, the garbage collector will remove it if the memory is needed. And this is why it's called a soft reference. And what Java guarantees is that these objects will be cleared by the JVM before the JVM itself throws an out-of-memory exception. It stands to reason. So what's happening here is that the Java virtual machine is running low on memory. The garbage collector kicks in and looks for objects with only soft references in the heap. If it finds them, it will free that object, free the memory, and allow the JVM to reclaim that memory for using for other objects. And a typical use case here is the memory sensitive cache. So here we're using the cache for performance reasons to prevent us having to either go out to disk or go on the network. And here we have the objects in memory that we're referring to on a regular basis. Yet if the JVM is running low on memory, that will be the first candidate for garbage collection, because they've been referred by soft references. So if I take you to the Java doc for the soft reference, just to show you a bit more on the technical side. So you can see here that it's used for memory sensitive caches, and that it will be garbage collected if the object is only softly reachable. You can see that point here. All right. The constructors, as you can see, there are two types of constructors, two variations of the constructor for soft references. One is the referent itself, the object, the class of the object that you want to have a soft reference to. And secondly, you have the class of the object as well as a reference queue. And the reference queue, what happens here is that when the object is being garbage collected, it will be added to this queue. So that allows you to know that an object is about to be released from memory. And if we look a bit more at the Java docs for the soft reference, you can see here you have your get object, and that will allow you to know if the object is there or not. So if it's if it's been cleared, you'll see that it returns null. Okay, so coming back to my slide, I just want to show you some sample code here. So this is how we would use a soft reference typically. So you have your object and you build your soft reference to the object. So you have here string builder, new string builder, and then you have your new soft reference to the string builder object, and you store that in your soft reference. And I was talking to you about the get method on the reference on the soft reference object. So you can use the get method to get the reference to the string builder object, but always we need to check if it's null or not, because of the fact that it's a soft reference. And I think that will allow you to, as you say here, the string builder object, if it's not null, is not been cleared yet by the GC, and we can use it with garbage collector. If it is null, then it has been released. So again, this is why it's a good candidate for caching, where you can use the memory if it's available for improving the performance of your application. But if the application itself needs more memory, then that cache can be discarded. I'm sure there are other use cases for this, and I'm sure you can suggest some in the comments on the video itself below. But I think that in a nutshell is a short video on soft references, and it shows you how you can have references to objects, but we need to always be aware that these objects can be garbage collected if the garbage collector itself is running out of memory. So we have to be very careful how we use these references. Hope you enjoyed this short video on soft references, and I'll speak to you again soon for the next part of the object reference series. Thank you. Bye.